Welcome educators to my channel Tea and Teacher. Today I've got a very useful video on mind mapping and how it is helpful to the teachers and the students. I think today it has become the need for the teachers to understand how they can create mind maps to make their teaching easier and help students to learn easy in an easy method. So first let's understand today what are we going to learn. What is mind mapping? Then we are going to learn benefits of mind mapping. Next, we will be learning how to make the mind map for teachers and how to teach the students to create a mind map for learning. Let's understand what is mind mapping. Mind map is a visual representation of a concept or a process. So when you are teaching a concept or a lesson, for example, on weather and seasons, or you are teaching the concept of the life cycle of butterfly, this would be helpful for you, since you will be able to when you make the mind map, you will be able to know what you are going to teach further. Very useful for academics and brainstorming. When I say academics, uh, yes, academics, when you are teaching, when the children are learning, very useful. Mind map, it's a good tool which still has not come been explored much by the teachers. I feel the educators must explore this tool and learn the techniques and teach the children, so that instead of rote counting and instead of learning by heart, the children know how to plan their studies and how to learn the concept. Next is it helps to outline the main point of the concept. So whatever your chapter is, it will help you, to outline, okay, if this is my chapter, what are the main points, what are the main things in that which my child or the student should know in the classroom. So now we will understand what are the benefits of mind mapping. Now let's understand what are the benefits of the mind mapping. Mind map helps in promoting creativity and develop the flow of ideas. So it will be help, it will enhance the teacher's creativity, it will enhance the students creativity, since you will be doing a diagram in that, which I will be coming to later on. Then it helps in staying organized. So when you have put the outline on a paper, you have outlined your concept of the lesson, you are organized, because you know, okay, this is the topic what I am going to teach now. After that, what I have to cover up, what I have to cover up after that. Next it is develops the visual power. So when as a teacher or as a student, you are using mind map, it develops your visual power, because you're visualizing it, putting it onto a visual representation or a concept or on a paper. So what happens is you are remembering, because your visual power, when you close your eyes, you will remember what the diagram looks like, and you will remember what are the points what you have put in that. Next is it helps in putting concept or the lesson into concise. So if you have a very big chapter in history or geography, and you want to understand what are the main points, and what are the main points in the chapter, sometimes it becomes very boring for the teachers to teach, and even for the students to learn very big chapters. So mind map is one concept, which you can use to put your lesson into a concept where it becomes a very concise idea, and you can just put it into the flow of things, how the children should know, or how you should be teaching. So these are the benefits of mind map. There are many other, like you can teach poems, with mind mapping. You can teach different chapters. You can put even if you want to create a event in the school, and you are involving, especially for the 9th and the 10th standard students, this is very useful if you teach them how to make a mind map, and how to start visualizing that what are they going to study and how they're going to go about. So even if you're planning any event in the school and you are involving the children, a mind map is a good tool, where you can sit with the students, put the concept, okay, what is going to be the theme, where we are going to go, how we are going to go. So all these concepts can be put into. So there are lots of benefits of mind map, and I hope after watching this video, you do follow this. And if you like the content what I'm sharing, please do like and subscribe my channel, TN Teacher. Now let's understand how we are going to create, a mind map for teaching. So this is useful for teachers. And I am taking an example of the chapter Weather and Seasons. Okay, so you have the chapter name as Weather and Seasons. So the first thing is in making the mind map is you can use different colors. Three things you require, that is the lines, you require shapes. It could be the rectangle, square, anything, or branches, anything which you feel like. And also arrows is required, and the text what you are going to do in a concise manner. So first today I'm going to show you, this is the mind map. Like this is your weather. Let me make it a little bigger. Okay, I'll take a rectangle where I'm putting weather and seasons. Okay, now my chapter name is Weather and Seasons. So what is the two concepts which are main in this? That is the weather and the season. So I am going to start. I'll draw it here so that you will be able to see it in the camera. Weather and seasons. So there are two concepts. Okay, so I'm drawing an arrow. Okay, I'm drawing an arrow or a line, which is showing me that there are two concepts. The two concepts are weather and seasons. So this is how I start making my mind map. Now in the weather, understand what are the concepts which you need to cover. Okay, understand there what are the concepts. Okay, so in the weather it could be like hot, then sunny, then the weather could be rainy. So there you are explaining rainy. Then what is the cloudy weather? Then it could be cold, winter season, or winter weather, cold weather. So where you will be explaining, like it is windy or snowy. So you will understand that when you are teaching weather, these are the concepts you need to cover. So when you have put it on a map, it will help you. Okay, these are the important things from the chapter which my children should know about the weather. So you can explain how is the hot weather, how is the sunny weather, how is the rainy weather, cloudy weather, when does it become cloudy, when it is very cold, when it is windy, or when does it snow. And the next concept is seasons. Now in the seasons there are 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. So you can just put them into 1, 2 and 3, 4. Like here you have suppose summer, then you have winter, then you have rainy season. Okay, then there are more seasons, spring and autumn. So you can explain spring, you can explain then autumn. So this is the main concept which your children should know in seasons. So seasons, you have to explain 4 things, 4 to 5 seasons which are there: summer, winter, rainy, spring and autumn. After that, in summer, then comes what part in the chapter? Suppose clothing. Okay, so I put clothing here, and I'll use another marker so that it is visible. Okay, now I come to clothing. So when there is clothing, in the clothing, I have three seasons to explain. That is, in summer, what are the clothes? Summer, winter, and rainy. So when I'm explaining this summer, winter, and rainy, I'm explaining what do they eat, what do they wear, loose clothes. Example, so you can write here, they wear loose cotton clothes. Winter, they wear woolen clothes or warm clothes. So you have to explain what are these when you are doing your chapter. In the rainy season, you wear raincoat, you use umbrella. Then you can then in the seasons, what is the main concept, like what the people eat, so or drink. So you can then further put here into food we eat during these seasons, and then you can explain to them how we so once you have prepared this map, these are the things which you need to explain to the students in a concise manner, so that they also remember that pattern. These are the things in this chapter. You need not go making the chapter very lengthy and explaining. But if you have mapped into the lesson into a concept mind map, you will understand that these are the concepts which you need to teach the children. Now let's understand how as teachers, you're going to teach to the students how they need to understand the same lesson and learn at home. So you can ask them to draw any shape which shows your weather and season. So ask them to draw, teach them this. Weather and seasons, and then you can draw two concepts again which we have discussed. One is weather and one is seasons. And in weather, now what are the things what they need to remember? What they have to learn is the types of weather. They have to learn types of weather. And then in types of weather, what is the things which they need to remember? Hot, sunny, cold, snowy, rainy, cloudy. So this is what concepts they need to remember while studying, and they have to focus more on this. So once they know this, they know what in weather, what are the things which they need to remember and learn. That is the types of weather they need to learn, and how the weather happens. Then in seasons, as we discussed, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is summer. So they have to remember summer. They have to remember winter. They have to make this rainy. Spring and autumn. So when they know the seasons, they'll remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons they have to remember, and that is summer, winter, rainy, spring and autumn. And they should be learning about these more important concepts. Then in winter, then they have to learn what? Clothing. Suppose now you are asking them to learn these three. You can ask them to make this, and they can put here clothing. Also ask them to use different colors when they are making their concept maps. So clothing, in clothing, what are the things what they are going to remember in the summer season, what clothes they wear. Loose cotton clothes, winter they wear woolen. So if you are asking them this way to prepare the concept map, they are learning. They are learning. After this, what is the next point which I should remember? Like if I'm putting here woolen, then I'm putting here now these are the clothings. Now in winter, so you can put an arrow like that and ask them to write and draw this concept map, so they can write and learn. So when they have put this, they will remember ki what are the clothings which they have to remember. So when they are learning, they will concentrate more on these points. Then the food we eat, after this can come. So how are they, this is the method they will be studying. Food, so what is the food which is eating which is eaten during the summer, so that way they will. So food in the summer, what is the food they eat, like warm ice creams, and winter you eat so here you can write ice cream, so they'll remember what are the foods which we eat. Cold drinks, then in winter we drink soups. Rainy season also we drink soup, something warm, hot coffee. So when you are teaching them this way, they will learn key food what they eat during the, so they will understand ki in seasons what are the things which I have to learn. That is the 5 types of seasons, the clothing and the food we eat. So this becomes an important concept and the whole lesson is come in this. So when they are studying, they will only concentrate on these things and they will try to remember. So as teachers, I think if you start using these concepts of mind mapping in the classroom, it will be very useful. And do keep sharing and liking my channel, T and Teacher, and do forward it to the other educators to whom it will be useful.